सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Moving forward with the next shloka. Repeat after me. सर्वशर्वशिवस्थाणुः सर्वशर्वशिवस्थाणुः भूतादिर्निधिरि अव्ययः भूतादिर्निधिरव्ययः संभवो भावनो भर्ता संभवो भावनो भर्ता प्रभवः प्रभुरीश्वरः प्रभवः प्रभुरीश्वरः। When we are trying to talk about the Lord Paramatma, who is essentially attributeless, who does not have a form, but yet can be invoked through various forms. And essentially, any word that we choose to define that Paramatma has its own limitations. Even as simple as an experience that we have of something very outstanding, something very impressing within this material world, as simple as you have an amazing cheesecake or a rasgulla, whatever, a sweet dish, and you put it in your mouth, it melts. It is such an amazing texture, flavor, the aroma of it, the smell, everything is so complementing each other. You're reveling in it. And somebody who looks at you in ecstasy of that experience comes by and asks, seems like you're enjoying, how is it? Any word that we choose to explain how is it, do you think it does justice to the experience that we are going through? It is means what? It is awesome. Awesome means what? How awesome? You said awesome, but how awesome is it? Well, actually, it is out of this world. And when that person is pestering you to tell precisely what the experience is, you say after a while, it is really good, so good that I cannot really put it in words. Don't we say that? Just a simple material experience and we cannot put it in words. It's so good, that's beyond words. You may give gestures and expressions, but that it means nothing. So finally, what do? cut a piece of it and shove it into their mouth. How good is it? That good. Now you tell the experience. Now you explain how good it is. It is not easy to put in words. And every word has its own limitation. So the idea here to talk about that Paramatma, that Supreme, with these 1,000 attributes, is to give us, the seekers, a comprehensive picture, a comprehensive idea from all possible angles. If there is a word that is used and it falls short in one particular angle, there is another word that covers it, and maybe that has certain shortcomings. So, in net result, all these 1,000 attributes that are explaining the grandeur of that Paramatma, that Supreme, is trying to play a conceptual game, wherein conceptually you will get a flawless idea the moment you go through these 1,000 names with the meaning in it. So having said that, let us continue with today's set of attributes. Sarva Sharva Shivasthanuhu Bhutadirnidhiravyayah Sambhavo Bhavano Bharta Prabhava Prabhurishwaraha. Sarvaha Sarvasya Sarvada Jnanat Sarvam Enam Prachakshate Idi Bhagavat Vyasa Vachanat Sarvaha. Bhagavan Veda Vyasji very beautifully puts it. He says, Sarvasya Sarvada Jnanat Sarvam Ena Prachakshate. He says, as he, the Paramatma, is the very origin of everything, and he is the very end of all, whatever that exists, and he at all times cognizes everything, recognizes everything, knows everything. Therefore, he is called Sarva. That is why he is called Sarvesha, the one who knows everything. He not just creates everything, he is not just the origin of everything, he is not just the one who supports everything, but he is the one who knows everything at all times. Now we are not talking about memory here. That which illumines everything, that because of which there is a cognition of everything, that illumining factor. Can you all see me? As I can see you, you can see me. But this cognition can happen only when this room is lit with these many illumining objects. In the light of them, we cognize each other. Supposing we take out all the lights, take off. It's pitch darkness. Can we cognize each other? Through the medium of eyes, we may not cognize each other. Just so that we don't bump into each other, we call out for each other. Hey, wherever you guys are, I am here. So if you are around me, don't run into this direction because I am here. Each one can cognize through the ears. This is one plane of cognition that we cognize. When you close your eyes and cannot see, is there something inside us which tells us that we cannot see? As much as I can see and I know that I see, similarly, I am closing my eyes, sense therefore I cannot see is also known by me. Right? Did you understand this? There is a process of understanding and there is a cognition of it, that I know, I understand. Because there is many times, there are portions wherein I know that I don't understand. Both the understanding and the lack of it is cognized in the presence of something which is illumining both the understanding and the lack of it, both the seeing or the absence of it, hearing or the absence of it. That illumining conscious principle, there are many scientists who are trying to probe the brains. Sorry to all those who have volunteered to let their brains be probed. There is an extensive search probe being done. Where exactly is this consciousness? At least I have to give it to the scientists that they have now started saying that there is consciousness. Now they are trying to identify where exactly is it. That place where the consciousness is not existing, that vastu becomes non-existent. Let me repeat that statement. That place where the consciousness is not existing, that vastu becomes non-existent. Meaning everything that we see, everything that we experience, everything we cognize is cognized because of the presence of that existential reality. And that existential reality here is called Sarvaha. Now let me speak in layman's terms. What does Sarvaha mean? Whether it is the book, whether it is the mic, or whether it is the lectern, whatever it is, don't we cognize it as ease? Everything that exists is cognized by its presence. That presence is the existential reality of that particular vastu. And I, the illuminator, I, the conscious principle who is aware of it, is something other than it. Therefore, I am subtler than it, I am conscious. I choose to be influenced by it or I choose not to be influenced by it. That independence, that freedom I hold. When I bask in that freedom, then I am called Paramatma. But when I live in constant influences and get swayed by everything that exists, whether it is an object, whether it is an emotion, or whether it is a concept, all these are illumined by me. I choose to be influenced by it, I choose not to be influenced by it. I hold that freedom unto myself. But when I lose that freedom, then I become an individual entity called ego. To stay above it, that conscious principle is called Sarvaha. Sarvaha, then continuing, Sharvaha. Sharvaha, Shrunati samhara samaye, samharati samharayati sakalaha prajaha iti Sharvaha. Sharvaha means that potentiality of the Lord, wherein everything is withdrawn back unto himself. What good is the person when the person knows how to enter into something but not know how to exit out of it? If you do not know how to exit, aren't you stranded? Aren't you caught? Aren't you limited by it? So the one who knows how to engage, the one who knows how to withdraw. Not just himself getting engaged and himself withdrawing, but since that Paramatma is every aspect of this universe, sentient or insentient, when he withdraws, what happens to the entire world? The entire world is also withdrawn unto himself. And this need not be concluded as a cruelty of that Lord. So many people, so many beings, so many creatures, everything is with